All right, everybody, welcome. Here we are with another Saturday night, and we're live. Yeah, man. What a busy day. What a busy 2 days it has been. But, man, it's been an amazing couple of days, man. Wrapping up tonight. I go back to work tomorrow afternoon. What can you say, man? Hey, I'm thankful I have a job. Thankful I can pay the bills. And thankful that we can still get our toys, right? I mean, that's why we work, right? And I tell you, thank you to the people who are checking out the Tempo Music Center video. It's seems to be off to a great start. I released that around 2 o'clock my time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Joe, of course. Welcome if you're new. We're glad to have you, and thank you for giving this channel a chance if you are new. And for those who have stuck around for a long time, I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much, man. It means the world that people are taking the time to check this channel out. We've been coming a long way trying to get some traction on this channel, and even though we still have a enormous way to go, a little bit of traction is better than no traction at all. And this is the only live stream in the guitar community that is devoted to the chat. I've looked at plenty of other live streams in the community. The ones that, I mean, I know there's a lot of them out there, but the ones I've seen, they're really good. But they don't focus on the chat too awful much. It's kind of hit and miss. I do my best to really focus on the chat. Without an audience, you don't have a show, man. So that's what we try to do here. Now, I got to say, Phil McKnight does really good. He does really good about paying attention to the chat. And but other streams I've seen over the past years, they really ignore the chat. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad, man, because people don't have to be here. They can figure out something else to do if they wanted to. But anyway, y'all are here with me tonight, and I appreciate it so much. Speaking of the chat, let's get on it, man. Let's start. First up is Mr. Dave Orkin. He says, hey, what's going on, Dave? And yes, I do like that logo that you were doing for your buddy. I don't want to give it away. I hope I didn't give it away just now. Let's see. It's just been busy, man. It's hard to get a hold of me on the weekends. That's the only time I have to concentrate on this channel. So if people reach out to me and I don't get back to you in a timely manner, don't be offended. So it's just it's just, I'm a one-man operation, man. I can only do what I can do. So I'm sure you understand. Next up, we have Mr. Edwin Crane. We will be in Edwin's neck of the woods next Friday for the guitar shop in Anderson. Yes. Let's see. Who else do we have in the chat? We have Mr. Johnny Williams. Hello, Mr. Williams. Hello, all. Hope everyone is well. Thank you for being here, Mr. Williams. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Ooh, my computer just did a weird thing. Okay, let's see. Brian Powers is here. What's up, Joe? Rock on. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Mr. Williams says, hey, Joe, great channel. Love it. Love from Alabama. All right. Thank you, man. That's very kind. I appreciate you sticking it out with us here. This is the only time of the week that I can really interact with y'all. So I take a lot of pride in doing this live stream on Saturday. I'm about to say Friday. Saturday evenings. It's a lot of fun. Brother Ted. Look, man. Look, Ted, see? There it is. Ted was the one that sent me the mysterious packages last week, and along with Mr. Frank C. Thank you as well, Mr. Frank C. But yeah, I got these 2 shirts in the mail, sometime last week, and I was like, they just showed up, and there was no note, there was nothing, and I was like, I didn't order this. What's going on, you know? So I'm on the fence about getting a PO box. I don't know that. I don't know. I have to see how much they cost and see, because I don't know. We'll leave that up to the people, man. I don't know. I'm not real big about giving out my home address. Let's see here. JP Stella, hello. Live from South Carolina, the Joe. I just bought a new guitar cabinet channel. What's up, man? Yeah, what's good? There I go again. What's up, man? I get a tongue twisted, man. Tongue tied. Let's see here. Let me see who else we have. Mr. Josh Thomas. Hello. Nice score on the cab. I have checked Harley Benton's stuff out before shipping. It's high on some stuff. Yeah, I have. Thank you, Josh. It's funny how things just work out sometimes. I was literally going to check those out that night, which would have been last night online, because I was like, man, I want to get a 212, but I want it, vertical. I don't want it horizontal because I don't have a lot of room, and it's off camera. You can't see it right now because go to cameraman 2, please. I don't have nowhere to put it. Everything's full. I got that rack unit I don't use anything out of it. I guess I could move that, but I don't know where to put that. So the cabinet is just off camera right in here. And so what I'm wanting to do is, of course, I got, my wife got a little ill with me last night. I come in here after dinner and all, and Ralph had left to go home, and I said, I want to make sure this thing works. So I was like, I was going to order the Mark Tremonti, what is it, the MT-15. I was going to order that, and I said, you know what? I got that Yamaha THX that was sitting over there, and I said, all you got to do is run that into the, what is that pedal I have? I want to hit my stuff here. Let's see. Oh man, I forget the name of it. There's a 44 Magnum. That's what it's called. That's what the pedal's called. And it's a power amp, but it's in pedal form. I made a video about it some time back. I might need to do another one. But so what I did is I ran the THX Yamaha into the 44 Magnum, come out of that into the back of the cab. Boom. And I was like, oh my God. And so the 44 Magnum has a knob on it. That's your master volume. So I just barely turned that up, and it was like, boom. I had the door shut. My wife come in and goes, what? No. Because it was like, it was after 9 o'clock at night. She goes to bed early. So she's like, are you serious? What are you doing? I said, sorry. I said, I was just seeing if it worked, So I haven't messed with it since. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up with these I got 2 Boss Katanas sitting over here, one to the right, one to the left, and I got that Fender 25 Mustang. So I'm going to find a way to run it, because it's got an input in the back of the cab and an output. I'm going to run a splitter out of the output side, and I'm going to go into 2 amps and then another splitter, and I'll be running through 4 amps at once. Once I get it, I just didn't have time today, but it's easy to do, and it's just fun. But that is a cool rig right there. And I have a chargeable power station that you can plug in a 110. I think it has 2 of those 110 plugs on it. And so that could be a mobile rig. And the reason I was thinking, now this might sound crazy, but, when we were there at Tempo, Miss Lillian told me that busking was allowed out there on the street corners. And I thought to myself, after I got this 212, the wheels started turning in my head. I said, wouldn't that be cool if I could make a mobile unit, electrified, of course, because I'm just not a good electric, I'm sorry. I'm not a good electric player either. I'm not a very well-rounded acoustic player. It's just never was my first choice. But if this wireless power station will work, I'll do a test run and see how long the power will last. and I could go up there and busk on the corner up there in Hendersonville in front of Tempo Music. And play along with backing tracks, because that Yamaha THR 10X, it's got, that's why I decided not to get the Mark Tremonti amp head, because this, now it acts as the same thing, and it has input for MP3, and so the music will come out the cab too. And can you imagine busking up there instead of doing an acoustic stuff with an electric setup? Man, are you kidding me? Shoot. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'd love to do. I would love to go up there and just try it one time. I don't know if there's any unwritten rules with those other guys that busk up there. I don't know. I mean, it's public property. They don't have no claim to any of the street corners, but I saw one guy on this corner, another guy over here, but on this side, on the music tempo side, there was nothing. I said, well, they could have those corners. I'll take this over here. I think it'd be awesome. It'd be fun, man. Go out there and play some rock and roll, and, you know, like they said in the movie Crossroads, muddy waters invented electricity. Take advantage of it, right? That's the game plan. I'll let y'all know that. I ain't told nobody else. I would love to do that just one time before it gets cold weather. I'd love to do that. Okay, let's move on to the chat. I'm sorry, I get off track. Dennis Bryan, hello, sir. The new guitar video was excellent. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Bloody Suit. Hey, good evening, everyone. What's up, Bloody Suit? How are you, man? Thank you for being here. Okay, let's keep it moving here. JP Stella, I liked your camping video and the new in-store visit yesterday. I gave the store a 4 out of 5. Hey, all right. Awesome. Thank you, JP. There he is. Hey now. What's up, Rico? Oh, good evening from a sunny 93 degrees in Arizona. The temperature is finally dropping a little bit. What's up, Rico? How are you doing, man? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Let me see here. Mr. Johnny Williams sitting here with Greenie, strumming and watching. Awesome, man. Oh, you got a Greenie? Oh, wow. That's awesome, man. Dang. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. Mr. Art G in the house. What's going on, Art? How are you, man? How are you doing? There he is. Jimmy Z. James Z. What's going down, fellas? Jimmy, you're here. Usually you don't show up till like an hour and a half or two into the show. Jimmy's here, man. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it, man. Let's see if we can scroll this down. Make sure I get to some people I haven't had a chance to read your comment yet. Okay. Mr. Michael Curtis, I'm here, but hanging loose and keeping an eye on a very sick cat. I'm sorry, man. I hope your cat gets to feeling better, man. We are animal lovers here at the Joe Wentz Project TV, so yeah, take care of the cat, man. Mr. Kevin Newman, hello all, he says. Hey, Kevin, how are you, man? Thank you. Oh, man. This thing just flipped out on me. Oh, man. Let me go back up. All right. I got to... Oh, man. I have to go from... I'll start from right here. If I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry. My chat scroll just like disappeared, and I can only get to this point right here. I don't know what happened. Let's see. We'll start here. If I'm skipping over you, I'm not meaning to do it. If there's something you want me to read, type it again, please, if you will. All right, we'll start here. And you got to love technology, especially when it screws up. Josh Thomas, you'll have to do a demo on the new cab. Yes, of course. Yeah, that I would love to do that. I have to do it when my wife is probably not here or something. It'll be shot with the smartphone because that's, of course, that's something I can't really mic up when I'm playing live like tonight, or not that I'm playing live tonight. I'm just saying you can't run that direct. So, but yeah, I will definitely do that, Josh. Absolutely. Like I said, I only got to strum one chord through it last night. It was loud. Them Celestians don't play, boy. And, which is awesome. JP Stella, your reaction when you saw the cabinet was epic. Thanks, man. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that Harley Benton. That makes 2 Harley Benton items I have. One is the, I think it's up front. Yeah, it's up front tonight. You see the Guitar Max model right there. That is by Harley Benton. That is, if you're not familiar with Guitar Max YouTube channel, that's his signature model. Fantastic guitar. And now I have the Harley Benton 212 cab. I noticed some people were, and I've done this too, I noticed some people were saying that have fun with the amp. It's not an amp, it's a cabinet. The amp is what powers the sound to the cabinet. But yeah. But thank you very much. I was so glad to have that, yes. JP Stella says, flux capacitor pedal. That'd be awesome. Scott from South Carolina. What's going on, man? Put the 212 under your YouTube control rig to save space. I can't, man. This is I probably could, but it'd block up the AC right here, and it's I'm very limited on this room. I appreciate it, Scott, but yeah, it was I got the let me see if I can swap cameras again. I got this sitting on a stand. I don't know, that cabinet is about the same height. I don't know. It might. I don't know. I like it over there, though, with nothing on it. That way, I bought some caster wheels for it. I went to Ace Hardware and bought some wheels, so I'll be putting those on tomorrow because I don't want to have to pick that thing up and lug it. I want to roll it. So I did buy some wheels and screws, so that'll be a quick project before I go to work tomorrow. Make life easier, Let's see. Ed Fair says, if you ever decide to get the PRS Mark Tremonti MT15 amp, be prepared for a loud amp. And I might in the future, yeah. Right now, I'm going to hold off on it. I want to see how this Yamaha THR 10X will do. Because I can get different sounds with the Yamaha. I can go from clean to... I know you can do that with the MT15 as well, but I got like 3 or 4 different dirty channels, to choose from. It's not really a one-trick pony, and I can swap those around and switch them up. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, really. So I'm looking forward to experimenting with it, because that Yamaha is really a desktop amp. But with the 44 Magnum pedal, power amp pedal, it transforms it into a pretty much like a regular amp head. Michael Curtis, I like one of Ralph's lines in the new video. All you need is a flux capacitor and you're ready to go. That was actually my line. Yeah, that was me. We can see Michael Curtis ain't paying attention. No, I'm just kidding. That was my line. That's when Ralph showed the, I don't know what guitar that was. If that was some type of, it was like an Epiphone LP Gibson style, but it had all these switches and like, I don't know, 4 or 5 knobs on it. And I was like, man, that's there's a lot going on with that guitar. I don't know what's good. I don't know. Let's see. Art G, he says, yes, would love to see a busking video. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I would too. I don't know, man. I don't want to, if I do go up there, I don't want nobody to think, what the hell does he think he's doing? Well, the lady, Miss Lillian, said it was legal, so why not try it just once? just one time, you know. Why not? I've never done that before. I've never tried busking or being a street performer. I never done. Hey, I set the guitar case out there and open it up. You might make about $20. I don't know. JP Stella, I have a 212 monoprice oversized cabinet with vintage Celestion 30s inside with wheels. Wow. That's awesome. Fantastic. Okay, let's see here. We got Rod. Hey, Rod. How you doing, man? He says, hey, Joe, and everyone. How you doing, Rod? Thank you for being here. There he is. What's up, brother, man? Ralph the German Butcher. There he is. Y'all subscribe to his channel, man. Give his channel a chance. He's got a great channel. Yeah, I'm ready for our next store adventure, man. Store adventure. Guitar shop review. Yeah. Let's see. Kevin Newman, he says, got the wireless set up, but it said don't play by the router. Don't play by the router. It's going to interfere with something. My router's right here. And it don't bother. I don't get no interference or nothing. And that's a T-Mobile home internet, so that's the only plug going to that. There's two, actually. One, of course, for your power, and the other, actually, there'll be three plugs. I'm sorry. One for the power, one with a, what do you call it? I got the hardwired into the laptop, and then there's another router. You can see the antennas behind it plugged into the T-Mobile, so that way the T-Mobile don't have to take on all the work. And yeah, that's weird. I don't have any issues near the router at all. That's kind of wild. Let's see. Dennis Bryan, he says, I'm not familiar with Floyd Rose trims. If you want to tune to E flat, can you do that with the fine tuners, or do you just have to unlock the nut and okay, all right. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Floyd Rose stuff, you got a lot to tackle in front of you. I hate to say that, but look at my channel, man. Check out my videos. I've done plenty of videos about setting up Floyd Rose or Godot trims. It's in the same family. So what it is, Mr. Bryan, if you're wanting to go to, first of all, if I was you, I'm not trying to make you spend no more money. But tuning a Floyd down to E flat or whatever is a pain in the you-know-what. That's why I got this, the Digitech drop pedal. All right? That's why I got that. That way all my guitars can stay in standard, and with just a push of my foot on that button, you'll go to E flat, a whole step, step and a half, two step, and so on and so on. But if you don't want to get this and you want to tune your guitar to E flat, you're going to have to, the two screws in the back cavity, you have to take that plate off the back of your guitar, and you'll see what they call it a claw or a bear claw. I've heard it called a few things. And you'll see two screws going into the body. Because if you don't, what the Floyd Rose system is, it's a balancing act. So when you're trying to get everything tuned at the top of the headstock, you're bringing tension onto the springs, and that Floyd unit is going to raise up or whatever. So if you're wanting to go half a step down, you're going to have to, what I would do is tune it. If it's in standard now, do that. All right. And then back off those screws just a little bit, like just a little, maybe since you're going half a step down, maybe a quarter of a turn on each. And then, of course, you want to have your screws unlocked up top, and then tune it to half a step down. put your locking screws back. Make sure you have plenty of play in your fine tuners so you can adjust. And that's how you do it. You'll have to do that and see if it'll settle. And after you get it to E flat, and you check every string and everything's good, strum some chords, take that bar and do some dive bombs. Don't, you got to do it, man. You can't just be, I don't want to mess it up. That's how you get it worked out and everything stretched out. That's how you do it, man. It took me, it might have took other people just a minute to figure that out, but it took me a couple of years to put it all together and say, oh, wait a minute, because I didn't watch anything. It was trial and error for me. And it was annoying the first few, I don't know, 10 or 15 times I messed with it, putting on strings and on. Then it finally clicked in my head. I said, oh, wait a minute. So, yeah. Let's see. Yes. Jimmy Z, guitars and more guitars. We're obsessed. Yes, we are, aren't we not? I'm telling you. That's what we're all about here, man. Yes. Having a good time. Let's see. Let's keep going, man. Thank you for the chat being active. That's awesome. That is fantastic. Okay, let's go to Mr. JP Stella. Is your Friedman pedal a power amp also? If so, can you use that to power your new cab? Just a thought. No. I would have to, you have to have a power amp like the 44 Magnum pedal. I could take that Friedman and come out into the 44 Magnum, then out of the 44 Magnum into the cabinet. Then it would be fine. Yeah, it would be fine then. Rico B. Joe, what's your favorite Van Halen album if you had to choose just one? Oh, man. Put me on the spot, Rico. Shoot, fire. Come on, man. I mean, out of both eras, can I choose one for the Roth and one for the Hagel? Okay, if I have to choose just one, 5150. That'd be my favorite. There it is. Let the chat blow up now. I can hear people now. What? What? Hey, the man asked. I answered. Everybody's got a different opinion, right? Scott from South Carolina. It's been a long time since those streets have heard Van Halen. Yeah, if I were to go up there and busk, I wouldn't overdo it because I'm sure people would be like, we don't want to hear that, so it would be more of a top 40, 70s and 80s kind of thing. It wouldn't be nothing, I don't play no Metallica, no way, but it wouldn't be nothing real heavy. I think it would be crowd friendly, kind of like what I do here, minus a few songs. But I think, for the most part, I think it would be fun. I think it would be nice. Let's see. I hear you, Michael Curtis. I'm just messing with you, man. It's all good. I hear you, brother. Let's see. Ted Fair. Joe, I'd love to see and hear you play your Fender American Special Strat and two-tone Sunburst. Amazing. Thank you, man. It's put up in the warehouse right now, though. Man, I wish I would have known. Man, it plays great, man. I was gonna say well and great at the same time. It plays weight. It plays great, man. The pickups are really good in that thing. That's the only American Strat I have. That's why I bought it. Nothing wrong with made in Mexico Strats. I got that one out of the case 2 days ago, and it plays amazing. And yeah, it's the only USA one I have. Let's see, who do we have? Mr. Randy Christian. Hey, man, how you doing, sir? He goes, hey, Joe, enjoying the videos and the live feeds. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, that's Jimmy talking to somebody. Yes, Jimmy. Yeah, and I'm not trying to discourage you about tuning down, but tuning it down to E flat is a pain. It is. It's because once a guitar, you get it set up and it's in standard. And the only reason I'm saying this because I've been through it, and it to me it just wasn't worth it. Now that's just me. All right, I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't. It's for you to decide. But I was like, how many songs am I going to play in E flat? Just a handful. And I was like, well, I don't want to have to do that just because of that. So that's why I got the drop pedal. And I can go back and forth with just a press of a button, and I don't have to do anything as far as tuning. But and when you want to manually tune it down to half a step, it's, once you learn it, it's annoying, man. You can do it, but man, it's because when you want to tune down half a step, you're disrupting the balance of the whole thing, and you have to tune it down, then get it balanced again, and but you can do it. It's just some people like it that way, and that I understand. Jimmy Z, I love how precise you can get with a Floyd, but they are a bit of a pain. They can be, yes. That's why the last band I was in, which was many moons ago, I rarely played a guitar with a Floyd on it. I played Strats and Tellys, and but our set list, it didn't really call for a lot of flamboyant whammy bar tactics. It was straight up, like I said, kind of classic rock. I don't know. I mean, I did, but I didn't do it as much as you may think. Because when you're in a band, and when you're in a good band, and you're trying to learn those songs, you're there to play the songs. You want to respect the music. You want to get up there and start doing all these dive bars. Yeah, we were playing in dive bars. Dive bombs inside of a dive bar. And to get crazy, Dave Organ says, I always change out the claws out to brass. Yeah, you can do that. That to me, that definitely does help with sustain in a positive way. There's all those people that say no, that's fine. That's their opinion. I was one of those people at one time. I was like, I'm not changing out the block and this and that. I'm not doing that. This guitar's fine. Well, as the years went by and I started to tinker around with Floyd Rose systems and everything else and upgrading the blocks to brass blocks, they make a difference. They really do. And in my opinion, and I'm saying this about myself too, I'll say this about myself. For me, my ears weren't developed enough to know the difference. Now they are. It doesn't mean that I'm not saying I'm not being a smart aleck or nothing or putting myself on a pedestal. That's not what I'm saying. But if you practice and you mess with these things long enough with changing out stuff, whatever, you'll start to catch things you didn't before, just like anything else. If you go out and start shooting basketball, you might miss the first 30 shots because you ain't played in 40 years. But after about 40 minutes, whatever, you start getting your rhythm back, and then you start discovering things that you didn't before. Probably a piss poor analogy, but it's like that with this guitars as well, in my opinion. JP Stella, those see-through drums were sick. I bet they would sound good pounding the crap out of them. Yeah, those were awesome. Fantastic. I don't know if Ralph ever responded to any of the comments because there's a couple people that were really close on the price. Maybe he did by now. I don't know. Let's see. Bill Trainer, hello, man. Hey, brother, I just got my 1837 to 1839 Martin Parlor guitar home. It's been in Vermont for years. Good God. That's awesome. Bill Trainer said, I'll send you a picture, but I can't figure out how. Easy, man. Are you on Facebook? Just look me up on Facebook, Joe Wentz, and you can follow me there or whatever, and you can send it to me through Facebook Messenger. Just take a picture with your phone and go to your gallery, and you want to send that picture, and it should give you some options how you want to send the picture via text or email, and it should come up as a Facebook Messenger, and just click that or tap that, and then select the person you want to send it to on Facebook Messenger, and there you go. And yeah, man, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad you got it back. That's a long time a long way away. Well, from here it is. Forest Floor. All right. Hey, man, how are you? Let's see. Forest Floor. Hey, brother, your last vid, you mentioned maybe buying a Fender amp. A Fender Princeton Tube is a great amp. I'd go used to save some cash. Cheers from Canada. Thank you, man. Thank you for the info, because I don't know nothing about Fender amps. I don't know a lot about amps in general, but just from the little couple that I have, and, I only have one tube amp. Everything else is solid state or, I have the Friedman RD, but you know what I mean. But thank you for that, Forest Floor. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's amazing. I'll take any advice I can get. That's why I love the community, man, because it's I've learned a lot. No BS, man. I have. And it's because of the fine people in the community. Ted Fair, I saw Jackson Guitars release the new Pro Origins 1985 San Dimas. It looks a little bit like Mr. Jack Butler's guitar. Uh-oh. Man. Let's see. Edwin Crane, what's up, my friend? He goes, stainless frets or a thing in the middle age I still love. Man, are you kidding? Stainless steel frets are great. They're awesome. Heck yeah, man. Absolutely. Let's see. We are, okay. Talking about favorite Van Halen albums. Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up here. Let's see. Here we go. People are chiming. The first Van Halen album, Forest Floor says, okay, it's a fantastic album, man. And Jimmy, you chose two. I thought you said choose one. Jimmy says, so don't worry about it. Jimmy says 1984 and 5150, but I love them all. Yeah. And the only one I didn't like, there's two Van Halen albums I didn't like. And that was Van Halen 3 and the last one they did with Dave, not the Live from Tokyo, but whatever. That one with the train on the front, I didn't like it. Bloody Sue. Probably a Skinner song on the street corner would be perfect. It would. It probably would. It would, wouldn't it? That's the Carolinas would. I think they do well there. Every time we played back in the band days, Skinner was always a crowd favorite. I try to do something besides Sweet Home or whatever, because everybody's heard that a gazillion times. So I think Saturday Night Special would be good. I think. It's just a great song, and it's one you don't, you hear it, but you don't hear it as much, Oh, E flat. Yeah, E flat. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. JP Stella, he says, for me, Roth era, Van Halen 2. Sammy Hagar era, 0812. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. That was the first Van Halen concert I saw when I was in high school. I was a senior. Yeah. 0812 was my first Van Halen show. And then in the 90s, I saw the Balance Tour, and that was the only two times I seen them. Wow. Let's see. Michael Curtis, he says, same here, 5150 in 1984. Honorable mention, Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Yeah, that's a great album too, man. That's a fantastic album. Let's see, Mr. Dennis Bryan, and thanks, Joe. The foot pedal seems like the way to go. Any idea how much they cost? Yes, sir. I want to say this. I got mine on Reverb. They're hard to find used, and that tells you a lot. If these are really hard to find, I mean, it doesn't hurt to check. I mean, when I checked, all of them were new. I couldn't find one used. It was close to $200. But yes, I know you might be thinking, what? But just think, man. You can go a half a step down, a step, whatever you want to do with the press of a button, man. And that's it, you know? And because I was wanting to play some Motley Crue songs or covers, and they're a step down, except for Home Sweet Home, that's in standard. But there are other stuff that I like to play is a step down. And I was like, I'm not tuning a guitar a step down with a Floyd on it. There's no way. So I thought about it, and that was the answer. And it works like a charm. It's the way to go. Just my opinion. And yeah, Kevin Newman says he loves E flat. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And just for me, the pedal makes that so much more easily accessible to get to the E flat world without having to do all this and all these adjustments. But yeah, it does sound really good. And there is a difference. Yeah, it sounds a tonal difference. Yeah, it sounds great. All right, let's see. Let's keep moving. Thank you for the chat, man. This chat is kicking ass tonight. That's awesome. Dave Orkin, the brass claw keeps the Floyd more stable. There you go. See? Valuable information that you learn from the community, man. Mr. Bill Trainer. I just bought an off-brand SG. What do you recommend for replacement humbuckers? I'm not a shredder. I'm not either. Okay. Man, let's see. Okay, are you, I don't know, I have one SG as well, and it's an Epiphone, and I know SGs are known to not have really high output pickups. It depends on what you want, sir. I mean, if you want something with a lot of output, or what kind of music you're going to do. I mean, if you're going to do kind of laid back, clean stuff, stick with what you got. But if maybe, I don't know, does it have P90s in it? Or maybe look at some P90s. P90s are great. If not, you could look at some Seymour Duncan options. Those are great. I don't know what kind of music you're wanting to do. To me, that's where the key would be. For me, I just like to have a lot of gain. I try not to overdo it. I know sometimes I do, and I try not to, but I have small fingers, so I can't get a lot of reach. And I was never really good at tremolo picking, picking every note. And Zach Wilde, he picks every note, going whatever, and it sounds incredible. For the life of me, I can't get that kind of accuracy. I just can't do it. So I have to pick once or twice and then do the legato style like Satriani does. And for me to be able to pull that off, I got to have a lot of gain. I can't sit there and go through some half-ass clean amp. It's not going to sound good. So I got to have some gusto with it, and that's the only way I can make it work. Everybody's different. But yeah, I would look at, man, there's so many options there for pickups, but I would definitely look into Seymour Duncan's, man. Definitely. And let's see. Mr. Mick, hello. Hope you're doing well. Edwin has, what's your favorite Floyd Rose? Well, as far as the Floyd Rose units, I would say the USA version, that has the brass fine tuners. that's what I would pick if I had to choose just from the Floyd Rose family. And then you move over to Godo. And to me, I mean, for the USA Floyd, I got it from Sweetwater, man. I paid over $200 for that. Okay. And then I had a Godo. It's brand new out of the box. I got off of Amazon, actually. And when I got it hooked up to whatever guitar I was putting it on, it's the same quality as the American Floyd, USA Floyd. Same quality. And you get more play in the fine tuners on the Godo. On the USA Floyd, you don't have a lot of play with the fine tuners. You know what I mean? You can get maybe one turn out of it, and then you're out of room. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But it's the same quality. For me that I've found, it's the same quality. And the Godo trim will cost you, if you get the chrome, it will cost you roughly $130 versus 200 and whatever it was, $215, $220 for the USA Floyd. But if I had to choose, and I didn't have a Godo to choose from, didn't have that option, I would get the USA Floyd. The Floyd Rose Specials, you can upgrade those little parts with stainless steel. You can get them from Amazon. And I've done that with a few guitars. So the Floyd Rose Specials are salvageable. Yeah, I can say that. But you have to like take the long bolts off the back and the saddle inserts, and then the small screws that are in front of the saddle blocks. All that you'll swap out with stainless steel. And you can buy them. They sell them in packs on Amazon that has the long bolts, the locking screws, the small screws in front of the saddle blocks, the saddle block inserts. They sell those as a whole pack on Amazon. You can find them there. So you can take those cheap parts off of a Floyd Rose Special and just do what I said just now, and it'll be fine. But you have to remember to replace those posts, those trim posts, or they call them the studs. You have to swap those. You have to upgrade those to Floyd Rose 1000 posts. If you want to, here's a bonus. If you want to get rid of an old Floyd Rose, a cheap tier, all right? I've had some people jump on here and, Floyd Rose ain't bad, like you said. I know that. But there are different tiers of Floyd Rose units. There's the bottom tier, and what I just said, the USA version, which is like $220. You can get a Floyd Rose Special for anywhere from $70 to maybe $90, but it's going to perform poorly because the metal's soft. But if you want to get rid of a cheap Floyd Rose unit, you want to swap it with a Godo, take those posts out and replace them with upgraded Floyd Rose 1000 post, and the Godo will line up perfect. Now, the Godo comes with new post. If you want to bore those holes out and go through all that, and you can, but I don't do that. I just unscrew those old posts, I chunk them in the trash, put in the new Floyd Rose upgraded 1000 post, and then put the Godo in, get it all hooked up, get my action right, and boom, there you go. It'll stay in tune. Works every time. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying, for me, those adjustments, even with the Floyd Rose Special, like I said, swapping that stuff out, it'll work. It'll work. Kevin Newman, he says, Joe, what does your wife say about all this gear? My wife fusses over 10 guitars. In the beginning, it was rough. And then over time, it eased up. But I tell you what I started to do, and you have to make things fair. You have to make things fair, man. So it's not fair if I get new stuff all the time and she has nothing. It's not fair. And in the beginning, I didn't see that. I had blinders on. I was like, well, whatever, I'm doing this, and you can't do that. So, whenever I sell gear or whatever, I split the money with her, and she's fine with it. So that's just what you do. That's what I do. And I think that's the right thing to do. But sometimes it just depends. Sometimes she'll get a little fussy, but she knows this is what I love to do. And it's who I am, Let's see. Edwin Crane, I'm thinking about putting an EVH Floyd on a gym. Should I? No, I would not. The reason I say that is I got a black and white, and I thought about this guitar earlier today. I got a black and white EVH, the Stripe. I got it off Reverb. It was a killer deal, and I was like, why is this guitar only $700? It looks in mint condition. Well, there was a couple of things that was wrong with it. When I got it, the springs in the back were really high tension. There's only 3 springs, very high tension. The guitar was not set up. So I went to set it up or start the process of that and start doing dive bombs. Man, that thing would not come back to pitch for nothing. And that certain EVH Floyd was poor quality. It's just sometimes they'll slip under the radar in the production and in the factory, and those posts or studs, they were poor. And on top of that, the locking nut up top, if you turn an EVH Stripe Series guitar over, so you're looking at the back of the neck, you'll see 2 screws that go into the back of the neck up near the headstock. That's what's holding the locking nut in place. Well, one of those screws was broke in half. I didn't know it. So whenever I went to change strings on it, this is the only way I found out. I said, well, let me change strings. And I went to change strings, and that locking nut, it would shake. And I was like, oh, well, that don't matter, because when I talk about learning the hard way, I said, this won't matter, because whenever I put the strings on and tighten them, get it tuned up, it'll put pressure on it, on that loose locking nut, and I'll tighten the locking screw down, it'll be fine. Wrong. So every time I do a dive bomb, the tension in the strings release, so that nut would move, and then when I release the bar, the nut would move back, but the pitch would never come back to where it's supposed to. And I fought with that thing for months, and I was like, what is wrong with this thing? And it finally dawned on me, hey, dummy, there's a part up here that's loose that you just looked over and you was like, it'll be fine. So upon further investigation, when I took the screws out, that's when I saw one of them was broken in half. So I ordered a whole new locking nut from Sweetwater, put that on. I took that EVH branded Floyd off, threw it in the trash. I put a Godo on it with new post. Awesome. So if you're gonna put it on a gym, which I mean, a gym should be great. That's an Ibanez system. It should be fine, I would think. But I have a Gym Junior, and I didn't like the Ibanez system that was on it, and I put a Godo on it, and it was fine. I'm just telling you what works for me, all right? But I mean, I wouldn't put an EVH Floyd on that gym. I wouldn't. I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I'd go for the Godo if you really want to swap it out that bad. What's wrong with it, Evan? Is it not holding tuning good or something? Are you just wanting to change it for just the fun of it, or? I'm just curious. Scott from South Carolina, my dad's friend worked on cars. When the wife complained, he would say it's better than sitting in a bar. True. Very true. There's hey, I've known people in the past in my life that they didn't play music. They didn't have anything to show for their extra money, if they had any extra money to throw around. They didn't have nothing to show for it except drugs and booze and women. And that led them down a horrible, dark path, and it's not pretty. But yeah, I mean, everybody's different. And for me, it's I like having something to show for the money that I spend. not all the, of course not all the time, but when it comes to this, yeah, hey, we work hard, man. I don't want to, have we ever thrown money away to the casino? Yeah. Yeah, but we only do that, once or twice a year, and we only take like $800. So we're definitely not high rollers, but we didn't go this year. We didn't go, which I was shocked. We usually go on her birthday. That's in March, and we didn't go. We stayed here. She didn't want to go. She said she just didn't feel like it. I said, okay, that's fine. And let's see. Ted Fair says, I think the last great David Lee Roth song was A Little Ain't Enough. Yeah, his last few solo albums really tanked pretty quick, didn't they? Old Dave, man, he's I don't know, man. Dave was awesome back in the day, and then I don't know. Get up to this current time, I'm like, man, what? Something ain't right, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Bill Traynor, Ballad of Curtis Lowe. Yeah, I remember playing that song a few times. I was not a fan of that song. Has a lot of, was that a resonator or dobro slide going in it? It's kind of a slow song. I wasn't a fan of that. I don't know why. I remember when I was in a duo, Walter wanted to play that. I was like, damn, I don't want to play that song, man. Can we do something else? Okay. Let's see. Chris Cobb, what's going on, man? Trot pedal for a cover band is a game changer, so much faster than taking time to tune down. Yes, it is a huge game changer. And when I first used it, I felt like I got a guitar for the first time. It was just such a, I was like, this is incredible. And there's no latency or nothing. I was just like, whoever made this or invented this is a genius. So it is a game changer. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Or grabbing a different guitar. Yeah, that's fine too. I know some guys, they'll have guitars to the side with different tunings, and that's fine too. That's a good excuse to play a different guitar, but it's whatever. That's the lovely thing about this stuff is you can there's so many options that you can choose from. JP Stella, no pain, no gain. Yeah, man. There you go. Scott from South Carolina says, Seymour Duncan, JB, and jazz is an all-time favorite. Yes. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about so many choices. Now we're getting down to the humbucker SG stuff. Thank y'all for jumping in with that. Dave Orkin, he says that I'm putting a X2N and a deactivator in my SG. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on what kind of music that individual wants to play. And that is the key. Let's see. Ted Fair, my favorite SG style humbuckers are the Seymour Duncan Saturday Night Specials. Very versatile and great for classic rock. That's awesome. Fantastic. JP Stella, Duncan, not the donuts. Remember that old commercial? Time to make the donuts, that old man. And the sad thing is, when I think about those commercials, I'm probably older than that man was in those commercials at the time. I'm probably older than him now. Damn. Man. That's sad. That's sad. Jimmy Z. He says, everybody dogs on the Floyd specials. Honestly, I've had solid luck with the specials, but then I'm not hard on a guitar at all. Yeah, I'm just speaking from my experience, y'all. I'm not here to tell you don't try this, don't try that. I'm just giving you my 2 cents of what I've dealt with. Just my experience with Floyd Rose specials. Like I said, until I started thinking about swapping out those little parts, and I was like, wait a minute, all I got to do is swap out these 4 different things, and it should be right. And it worked. Let's see. Egg sandwich. Nothing wrong with a good egg sandwich, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Man, yeah. Let's see here. What do we got? Time to crank the new cab, Joe. Hello, babe. No, man, I can't crank that thing up, dude. Y'all will see a I can't say that word on here. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me just, I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So in light of the events that happened last week, I was live one afternoon on here and I didn't know what was going on. And again, let me put a disclaimer. This is a guitar channel. This is not a news or political channel or nothing like that. Because I don't do that here. This is guitar stuff, pretty much. 90% of what we do is guitar related. So somebody had put a comment in the live chat. Well, YouTube deleted it because there's certain words you can't put in a live chat or in a comment section. You can't do that. And as a content creator, I also have the right to put certain words. I list certain words that aren't allowed on my channel. So this particular person got PO'd that his comment got deleted. And I was like, well, that's YouTube, man. I didn't even see the comment. I didn't even see it. So later that night, he put in there another comment and he had the M word. Can't say the word, the M word, when somebody's taken out, right? And he had some other words, and I was like, dude, you can't, come on, man. That's not what this platform is for. So I removed it. So I'm just letting people know, don't do that here, because that's not what this platform is. Okay? All right, let's move on. But, no, I can't crank up the cabinet, man. No. I'd be in trouble. Let's see. My wife's hobby is gardening, so we try to balance the tree purchases with the guitar purchases. No wonder my backyard looks like a tropical rainforest. That's good. Yeah, you have to balance things out, man. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. You can chop a tree and build a guitar. Oh, man. That's funny. Edwin Crane, he goes, I am hell on guitars. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, man. I'm just speaking from my experience with that EVH branded trim, you know. And then on my other one, my Stripe model, it does fine, but the stock post or studs, they just weren't cutting it. So I had to upgrade those. And I was like, I shouldn't have to do that on a Stripe model. Shouldn't have to do it, but I did. And it made a difference. It's just those little things, man, that I've learned over time. I was like, wow. Edwin Crane and I got a spare EVH Floyd. The gold is wearing on the Vi Gym. Oh, okay. Well, they do sell the Godos in the gold. That's what I did to my gym Junior. It had the chrome Ibanez trim system, and I didn't like it, and so I took it off and put a gold Godo, and it made it pop visually and aesthetically, I guess, same thing, and tonally. It upgraded the post and all that stuff. So that's just an idea, man. Now the gold Godo's trim systems, they're around $200, and give or take. They fluctuate, man. The prices on those things fluctuate for some reason. I don't know why, but so anyway, let's see. JP Stella, my cover band a few years ago, used to do Leonard Skinner songs like That Smell, Give Me Back My Bullets. Yeah. Those are fun songs, man. Oh, wow. Look at this. Hey, the Guitar Shop. Hello, Joe. We're looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Man, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, thanks for being in the chat. That is incredible. We're looking forward to being there too. We are so excited to come there. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is so awesome. Wow, fantastic. Thank you. That just made my night, man. There he is. What up, Joe? Large Car Lifestyle, Slick Rick in the house. Rick, you crazy, man. You silly, man. Rick, what's happening, brother? Good to see you, man. Live to play guitar. Hello. Hi, Joe. I was wondering if you mic your cab into your DAW. No, sir. I don't mic anything. Everything is direct. Everything is direct. I use the Freeman IRD. It's like an amp in a pedal form. It takes 2 tubes, 12 AX7 tubes, I think. I go out of that into a couple of pedal boards, and I go into this unit right here. Let me switch cameras. This is the Rodecaster Pro 2, and from out of this unit into my computer. So I don't mic anything. No, sir. There's other channels that do that. I can't do that because of our house is so small, and my wife, the bedroom's just right here across the hall, and it's quiet time. So like at the campground, their quiet time starts at 10 p.m. And so no, and that's fine. I go direct, wear headphones, and I can be loud as I want to be in my headphones, but I do not mic anything, sir. No, it's all direct. And sometimes you just want to play through some amps, and I don't have it ear piercing loud in here either. It's just sometimes it's fun to feel the music coming out of the speakers, and I think they call that moving air. I think that's what it's called. But so sometimes it's nice not to wear headphones and just jam, Let's see. Let's move on. All right. The Guitar Shop comments again. I watched a few of your videos you guys have done, and they are great to watch. Thank you so much, man. Dang. Man, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Man, that is awesome. I don't know what to say. That is fantastic. That is so awesome. Don Morton. Hey, Mr. Morton, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, sir. I hope you're doing well too, Mr. Morton. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see. Let's move on down to Live to Play Guitar. Joe, do you write your own songs? It's been a long time. I used to do that a lot. And for me, writing a song is a very tedious process. It's I did it so much years ago, I burnt myself out. And I felt like that all the songs are starting to sound the same, and I think that's kind of a curse of when you do things by yourself. And it's always good to have another, at least one more person involved when you're doing a song. And I have had that pleasure of doing that in the past, but that kind of faded away. And then my job schedule really started to be really demanding. And so I have wrote songs, yes. And I'm just not much of a singer. No, I'll tell you up front, I'm not, my vocal range is very limited. It's, so I don't consider myself a singer at all. So I just do cover songs, man. And they say to try to put more effort into your strengths and not your weaknesses. So I just play cover songs because people are familiar with those songs. You know, and if I play originals all the time, they're going to be like, yeah, we've never heard that. Okay, yeah. So I have my thoughts about playing backing tracks and stuff like that. I've spoke about it before. I think it's great. I think playing songs that people are familiar with is a great thing. It's whatever you want to do. I just tell you what I like to do. But I haven't. I have not written a song in a while. I'm sorry. I'm trying to multitask. You can see that this is a one-man show, and I am horrible at it. Let's see. Jimmy Z. Hey, what's going on, man? Let's see. Slick Rick, Large Car Lifestyle. That guy that made the commercial Time to Make the Donuts was 60 years old when he made it. Oh, he was? Oh, that makes me feel better, man. Because, people back then, they looked older than they were, So I figured he was probably in like his late 40s or something, but he looked like he's in his late 60s or early 60s, but I guess he was. You just said he was 60, so there you go. Rick's like, why don't you pay attention? My bad, Slick. Sorry. JP. Who wants Joe to crank up his cabinet? I can't hear you people. Oh, man. Yeah, I wish I could, but nah. We have other ways around that, though. Yeah. Let's see. Dennis Bryan. I'd love to hear you play a few songs tonight if you can. Well, if you're new to the channel, people who've been here, they know what I'm about to say. If you're new to this channel, this is the people stream, and I let people decide what direction this goes. So, if you want to hear some songs, I usually say 5 people. I need at least 6 people to say they want to hear live music. That way I know that there's people that want to hear it. I don't want to just push it on you. And plus I let the people vote, So I got to catch up in this chat. I know that. I'll try that, Joe, Edwin. Oh, I'll do that. Yes. Yeah, man. Let's see here. Yes, JP Stella. Thank you, man. He says, shout out to the guitar shop. Stop Joe from buying another guitar. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to checking that place out. I was talking to my mom earlier, and she said, "Are you and Ralph doing another one next Friday?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said the one we're going to. I'm really looking forward to visiting, because the pictures on when I looked it up on Google, the pictures of the inside look fantastic. And I was like, man, I'd love to go there. Jimmy Z. Yeah, the guitar shop, very cool. Looking forward to seeing that vid of the shop. Yes. We were looking forward to going there too. We were excited. Let's see. Don Morton, what time are you guys planning to be at the guitar shop? 2 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. That'll be on the 19th. Yes. And, yeah. Am I familiar with that? No, I'm not familiar with that, Michael Curtis. I'm not familiar with that song, man. Man, let's see. Let's move on down. Okay. Let's see. Whoops. It just... All right, let's see here. Ted Fair. I'll be down to here. Or Saturday Night Special. Oh, okay. Live to play guitar. Thanks, Joe. I love your channel. Have a great night. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for taking the time to be here, man. I appreciate it very much. Okay. AJB, what's going on, brother? He says, evening, fellas. Joe, congrats on that new cab. What a cool turn of events. Yes. I was like a kid in a candy store when I saw that Harley Benton 212 over there. I was like, there it is, man. I was like, I can't believe it. All right. Anybody for any live music? Let's see. AJB says yes. And we'll play like 3 songs. I won't sit here and play for an hour. 1 vote. Okay. Okay. Rod says, let's play a tune. Jimmy says, let's play. Okay. There's another one. Oh, man. I'm not ready for that song, Ralph. I ain't practiced that in forever. Okay. There's another one. Okay. All right. Jimmy, what are you talking about? All right, so I'll play 3 songs, and we'll come right back to the chat. All right. So let's see, 3 songs. What do we want to play? All right, let me see here. Man, 3. Okay. Play Round and Round. Oh man, no Stairway. No Stairway. We won't play that. Let's see. The Guitar Shop. No Stairway. That's right. No sir. No Stairway. I can't. I haven't tried that song in forever. Tim. Hey Tim. He says good afternoon. Good afternoon. Where are you at, Tim? Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay, let's see. We'll play a few songs. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Let's move this chair out of the way. This thing's always a pain in the you-know-what. Pain in the arse. Can't believe it. Man. All right. For those of you who have asked, oh, I'm glad I looked. I got to swap cameras. For those of you who've asked, the wireless system I use is the Locato right there. You get them from Temu. They roughly run you about $50. Highly recommend these wireless systems. And I'm in a small area, of course, but I can't stand a cable possibly being around my legs at any time. So annoying. All right, let's see here. Receiver. You're going to hear some clicks and pops. And tonight's guitar, I think I'm going to play this Bumblebee Tribute model. So I built this guitar. And some years back, and the paint job is not the greatest. I'm not that good at that. I'm not good at doing a guitar paint job, but the playability of this thing is incredible. So it's got excellent parts on it. It's got a 78 EVH Seymour Duncan. Got a Godo 1996T. Got titanium locking screws up top. I put that Charvel decal on there. It's really big. Got locking tuners here. Got the R3 locking nut there. And yeah, this is a guitar I did. And I call it the Bumblebee Tribute model is what I call it. So let me see here. Hey Fletch, how you doing, man? I wish I was jamming with the new cabinet, but yeah, we'll do a few songs, and that's. Okay, so we'll what are we gonna do, man? Let's do some VH. What do you think? Do some old school VH since we were talking about it before. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I ain't had time to practice. I'm just coming in cold, so you gotta remember that. Here we go.
gotta pay for it. What the fuck?
Something happened bad, man. Like some strings went out of tune or something. Yeah, right there. I knew something. I was like, something ain't right. Yeah. So something slipped out really bad. That's when I was like, wait a minute. Why does this sound like crap? So sorry about that. That's what happens when you go live, man. Something slipped out of here. And that's why it sounds so horrible. I apologize. Let's change guitars. Right when I was wanting to show this thing off, too, man. Oh, well, I ain't changed the strings on it in forever. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves, man. All right. I knew something wasn't right. If the guitar shop's still watching, they're probably like, don't come here with that crappy plan. Yeah, that string went way out, man. It said boop. I knew something wasn't right. I said, man. I was like, what is going on? All right, let's see. We can check the tuning here. All right. Let's see what we got. Just a little bit, right? Yeah, when I played that Bumblebee earlier today, it was fine. But when a string wants to go, man, it's going to go. It don't really give you much of a warning sign, you know. Okay, man. Goodness gracious alive. Come on, let's take it up one time. Are we doing better, man? Give me a hell yeah in the chat. Let me know something. Oh yeah, let me know it. There you go.
I'd walk the war for you, babe. 1,000 miles with you. I'd dry your tears of pain 1,000,000 times for you. I'd sell my soul for you, babe. For money to burn for you. I'd give you all
there you go. Maybe we'll play some more later. We'll see how the chat reacts to that right now. Take it nice and slow for a minute. Let's put this back. Oh, okay. So we can do this. All right. Yeah. Oh, Lordy. Okay. There's a few songs, man. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let me go back. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, yeah, that freaking, those two strings on that guitar just went. And I was like, I could tell when I went to go do the solo, I was like, what? Wait a minute, what? And it's like, what do you do, man? You know, hitting wrong notes all over the place. I was like, no. But that's just that's the trade-off with playing live, man. So yeah, that's just how it is, man. Yes, Dead or Alive, Van Halen, yeah. And thank you, Rod. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. So if I were to swap cameras, if I was able to go busking in Hendersonville, I wouldn't play that song. Would not play that song. They'd be like, wait a minute, what's he playing? You know, people would be like, ugh, let's go over here where they're playing acoustics, you know. But nah, man, I wouldn't be there long anyway. I like to busk for like an hour or something up there. Wouldn't be up there too long, you know. Edwin Crane, I like DOA. Yeah, man. All right, let's see. Let's see. JP Stella. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay. Fletch, hey, man. How are you, man? Love that lead tone, brother. Thank you, man. That's the Friedman IRD, yeah. Thank you very much. That is the Friedman. And, you know, I'll tell you, and there's nothing wrong with using effects processors. I've used effects processors for many, many years. And it wasn't until this was brought to my attention about the Friedman IRD. I was like, I don't know, man. Let me see. It works, you know. The only thing is it's high, man. That Friedman IRD pedal is $500, man. I was like, dang, a lot of money. But you heard what it can do. It sounds even better when you play something right. Oh, man. But, you know, let's see. Oh, what now? Edwin says in Ash, we need a fake man bun to play. Well, I'm out of luck there, ain't no man. Yes, Fletch just echoed what I said. He goes, I'm doing good, y'all. Love the Friedman. They're costly, but sound good. It does. It's turned me into a believer, yeah. Yes, JP says all Friedman gear is expensive. It is, man, and that's kind of what turned me off of it for so long. Cause it's freaking, you know. I was like, dang, man, you could get a effects processor for half the money, and you know, but there is from the stuff that I was using, there's a digital effects processors out there that sound incredible that cost thousands of dollars, and I'm not putting that down. I'm just talking about from what I was using. I was using anything from a Headrush Prime to Zoom G1 Xfour, and those were fine. And I got the Tank G, that's awesome. And I got this more Prime M2, amazing. And then when I got the Friedman, I was like, man, I can tell it sounds more pure, if that makes sense, and a more of a truer tone. And so there you go, man. There's that. So, thank you, Don. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that could have been better, but technical malfunctions will throw you off. Let's see, Don Morton Friedman, high dollar tone is killer, man. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it sounds fantastic, for, and people have asked, it was earlier in the chat, am I micing my cabinet? No, but the thing about using the Friedman, it's an amp in pedal form. It's an amp, takes tubes. So you can't get more pure than that unless you do mic a cabinet. But for me, like I said, I can't, that's just not going to be possible in this room. But thank you. Yeah, we might play some more later. We'll see how things go. I don't know. Let's see. All right, man. Thank you, Fletch. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Jimmy Z. Thank you, man. Jimmy Joe, how are you digging that purple PRS? Oh, yes, I love it. Yeah, they call it a violet quilt, and yeah. Damn, I'm always doing the wrong one. This one right here, yeah, I love it. It plays great, man. I put the bar on it yesterday. I dug the bar out of the gig bags that came with the gig bag, and I put the trim bar on it. I haven't done the trim yet. So I'm like, I don't know how stable it's going to be. Don't know, but I love it. It's a fantastic guitar. Yeah, great guitar. Let's see. Chief 2112. Hello. I'm just a home player, so I don't have any great amps or anything. I have a Boss Katana. Hey, I have two of those. They're awesome that I use, but my favorite tones actually come from the Neural DSP plugins through my computer. Yeah, plugins are fantastic too, man. I used a couple of plugins a few years ago, and for what those things are, they're incredible. Yeah, they are incredible. Rod chimes in. He says the Tank G is very good for the money. It is. I still stand by the Tank G. If you're on a budget and you want an effects processor that is going to break the bank, right here, Tank G, right there. It's awesome. It's, what was it, $79.99? Just say $80 on Amazon. It's an amazing little unit, and it's rechargeable, and charge it up. It'll go for like 6 hours on a charge. It's great. I tell you, I love all that stuff, man. Tank G is awesome. Yeah. It's just over time, I'll play something for a while, and then I'll try something else. And if I like it, I'll swap it out with the new thing I got. It doesn't mean that the other stuff was bad. It's just evolving, and you'll do that too. I mean, you'll eventually evolve in your playing and your gear and your setup, and all that over time will change if you're constantly looking to try to get better, no matter what, your tone, your whatever, your gear, you're going to always do that. And I think that's a good thing. You know, it's a for a long time I used the same setup for years. There's nothing wrong with that. But in this world we live in now, this high tech world, there's new stuff coming out. I mean, every 6 months? It's like smartphones. You know, your smartphone, after you've had it for like 6 or 8 months, it's considered outdated. Isn't that crazy? And guitar gear is the same. But they do make so many things now that are on any kind of budget, and that sounds great. And it all comes down to what you want. That's the beauty of it. There's no right or wrong. You know, it all comes down to what you're happy with and what suits you. Edwin Crane, you always rock, Joe. Aw, thank you, man. You're too kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, sir. Let's see. JP Stella, there are a lot of upgrades you can download with those Quad Cortex, Kemper Profiler, and other to come close to a tone you like. Yes, exactly. There's so many things to choose from, man. It's endless. I mean, it really is. What was that one unit that was out, and it was really expensive. They said it was really good, but it took a lot to. Was it a Kemper? Was that it? It took a lot. I don't know if that's the right thing I'm thinking about. But it took a lot to dial it in and dig into it and pick out what you could, you had to be like a scientist to figure it out. And to me, that's just too much. I'm a turning of the knobs kind of guy. You know, I like to be able to turn some knobs and kind of dial something in. And that's just what I like. Let's see here. AJB, hello. He says, everything I've seen, PRS trims are very stable. Are they? Yeah. I've not tried that one yet. I dang sure ain't going to try it right now. After what happened a while ago. I didn't even use the string, man. Them strings went pop. I said, okay. And there you go. So there's a perfect example of if you play live with a Floyd and a string pops out or whatever, the balance, everything's going to be off. And that's just, just the way it goes. But it's all good. It's all okay in rock and roll, right? Ted Fair. Hey, brother Ted. He goes, your Friedman IRD sounds amazing. I think the Friedman stuff is more expensive because of high labor cost in California. Yeah, I mean, and it's, and I'm not trying to sound cliche, but if you want something that's decent quality, you want to pay for it. What's that old saying? You get what you pay for. Again, not saying the other stuff is poor that I've used, but it's just a step in trying to expand my, quality of sound, I guess. I don't know. Quality of playing, that's another ballgame altogether, but we're still working on the audio quality aspect of things here. But let's see. JP says, Mod King Friedman built a high-end amp and pedal company. Yeah, man. Chief 2112, it's fun to experiment and try different things. Yes, it sure is. And Lord knows I've done plenty of that. And it is, man. It keeps for me, it keeps the creative juices flowing. It used to be whenever I get a new guitar, when I was writing songs back years ago, I get a guitar and I could write a song. I was so just like, yeah. I'd write a song. And then 6 hours later, I'd have a song. I was like, there it is. And sometimes it, I say 6 hours because I would do all the instruments. And it was, not like what Ralph is doing. Ralph, physically plays the drums and all that. I was playing the drums with my fingertips on a synthesizer that had drums on the keys. Other than that, everything else, bass, playing keyboard and all that. I was doing everything, singing or trying to sing. But I'd get a new guitar, man, and it would inspire me to write a song. I wish I could do that now, but let's see. Yeah, we'll leave Rob's Guitar Shop out of it, man. Yeah. I appreciate you checking yourself there, Edwin, because the old folks, not the old folks, but the people that's been here a long time, they get it. But I think the new subs wouldn't. They'd be like, "What is that?" And they might not care for it. So, Chief 2112, I do like trying a lot of different tones. Others make for the Boss Katana. It's great sounding amp for what it is. I love the Boss Katanas. Like I said, I have two. What are these? 50 watts? Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I love the Boss Katana stuff, man. I really do. Whoops. Effects? What? Want to know what effects I'm using? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, I have the Friedman. I'm coming into a pedal board that's got it's got a tuner pedal on it, and I got a Jimi Hendrix mini Rotovibe, mini vibe, Univibe or whatever, and MXR Phase 90, and then a Dan Electro Pastrami overdrive, MXR Classic overdrive. I know you can't see it, and then I've also got a Boss GE7 7-band EQ pedal, and then on the other side of the Friedman, which is your time-based effects, I got a Boss DD5 and the Mimic by TC Electronic, and then a Mr. Black double tracker, which is a pedal that helps give that stereo spread. And then out of that, we come 2 cables out of that stereo into the Rodecaster Pro 2. Oh, okay. Let's see. Your PRS trim system is very reliable. Good. I need to try mine out later. Give it a test run before all that. Before I do it on a live stream, I guess. Charlie S. Hey, Mr. Wentz. He says, "Hey, Charlie. How are you, man? Hope you're doing well." Let's see. All right, moving on. Let's see. Chris Cobb, Joe, have you seen the PRS semi-hollow body special SE S2? Such a versatile guitar. I think it's the next guitar I'm going to pull the trigger on. Wow. Now I don't know the one that I played at Woody's. It was a semi-hollow. Semi-hollow body. I don't know what it. I can't remember. It was a SE, yeah, but I don't know. It was a. I don't know any more than that. I wish I would have paid more attention, but I just wanted to try it out and see how it'd play. And it was amazing. It was like, it was used. I think it was $549 or something like that. Yeah. So it was great. It played great, I thought. I sang like Billy Gibbons? Nah, man, Nah. At least Billy Gibbons can sing, man. I wish I could. I never really had that I don't know. I haven't tried singing nothing in a long time because my voice, it started to get harder and harder to perform any kind of vocal stuff because at the time I was smoking. And what little bit of singing ability I had just got ruined. So don't smoke. Don't smoke at all, period. No matter the reason. If you do smoke, quit. Mickey Settlemeyer, howdy, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Let's see. Brian Powers, hey man, he goes, how are you liking the new cab? Well, I only got to strum a chord through it last night because I turned it on. I hooked everything up to it, and because it's just the cab, just the two speakers, and I hooked up a Yamaha THR-10X to it through a what's it called? That 44 Magnum pedal is a preamp pedal. As long as you have that pedal, you can hook up any desktop amp or whatever through that to a cabinet, and it'll turn it into like a regular amp head. So I hooked that up last night, and I had it down as far as I could get it, the volume, and I just hit a chord, and it was loud. And the wife was not a fan of that because she was laying down. And I thought, oh man, I didn't think it was going to be that loud. And so, we'll hopefully tomorrow I'll get to try it out more, Brian. I hope, but it sounds incredible. Just for that brief moment, I said, "Ooh," I said, "Well, I just want to make sure the two speakers work." I said, "Oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome." All right, let's see. Rico chimes in. Joe, sorry if I missed it. How'd your recent reverb sale go? It went very well. Thank you for asking. Yes, thank you. Applause for kind words there from Rico B. It went very well, man. The gentleman that bought it said he was very happy with it. And I think his name's Kenny. So Kenny, by some small chance, if you're watching this, thank you, man, for purchasing the guitar. I took that money and paid off the Friedman. That's what I did. Paid off the Friedman. And, but I do have something else in the works. Something will be on the way probably this coming week. More details to come as they develop, so stay tuned. That's all I can say right now. But, oh man. But, it went very well. It went well, yeah. I was so glad that he was happy with it. And, very good. Ted Fair. Joe, what can you say are the differences between the Mimic and the Mr. Black? It's a great question. They both pretty much do the same thing, but the Mr. Black is more distinct. It provides more of a spread, and it also adds a slight chorusy sound, because when you spread it like that and there's a knob in the middle, you can kind of offset. It gives it a slight delay or something. It kind of gives it a chorus effect, even though it's not really. It is, but it isn't. And then the Mimic, I use that in conjunction with it because the Mimic's like the cherry on top. So the Mr. Black double tracker, if that's on by itself, you can hear the spread really good. It's kind of loud. And the Mimic just kind of takes it down a little in volume, but then provides a little touch more on the spread. And it just, to me, it's just like, whoa. It's kind of like Reese's peanut butter cups, Chocolate's great. Peanut butter's great by itself, but when you put them together, boom. It's just, they complement each other so well. Probably a crazy a way of putting it, but analogy, but that's the only way I know to tell you. But yeah. Kevin Newman, EVH 5150 iconic 40-watt amp. Are they as good as PV? Yes. In my opinion, absolutely. Those EVH 5150 iconic amps are incredible, and they have an excellent reputation. And that's just my 2 cents. So, but yes, Mr. Newman, they are worth every penny. Mr. Estella says, Zach Myers PRS guitar, I believe you played. Is that what is that what it was at Woody's? Well, thank you. I didn't know. Edwin, as I light a cigarette, you're right though. Nah, hey, look, everybody's grown adults. You do what you want. I'm just telling you what I went through with smoking, and the reason I'm not here to preach anything. And like I said, my reasons for quitting smoking were my dad went through a lot, and his cancer was contributed to smoking. And so I saw what he went through, and it took a phone call from my father to convince me to finally quit. I was in the big rig one night heading to my delivery point, and my dad, he was already diagnosed, but he wasn't on his deathbed yet. He was still able to move around and walk, and you know what I mean? But and he said that, do you know how old I was when you got married the first time? And I said, no, not offhand. He said, I was 46. And he said, how old are you right now? And at the time when he called me to tell me that, I was 47. He said, see, there's something to think about. And he said, look what I'm going through. So that made me think. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to. Man. So I quit. I quit, you know. And I think what you're hearing is my AC, JP. I got a vent right here on the floor. You're probably hearing the air is running. It's hitting the mic. That's probably what you're hearing in the background. But yeah, so, you know, my dad quit when he was 46. He didn't have no problems until he got in his early 60s. And then everything went to heck. And then Edwin Crane, 100-year-old man, once asked me, how do you know an honest man? The tobacco juice runs down his smile. Oh, Lordy. But, you know, that's just my story, man. My wife, she still smokes. You know, I wish she would quit, but I'm not going to sit there and preach to her and tell her, you need to know. I'm not doing that. She's a grown woman. She knows if she wants to, she has to make that decision. You know. Rod says, I'm so thankful I quit. Yeah, I'm and I can tell, not to make this a channel about this or the subject matter about this, but we do go in the direction of the chat. But I can tell, man, I get, you know, driving a truck, it's a great job, but it makes you out of shape over a period of time, and then not moving around a lot doesn't help. But smoking really didn't help. But I can tell even now, and sometimes I have little breathing spells sometimes, just like what, and I can't like take that deep breath. I can't hit that, you know, when you and sometimes I can't hit that ceiling. I can get there, and that's about it. And I'm like, damn. And sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's hard for me to get a complete full breath. I've noticed that about this past month. And I used to have those little episodes, but it was like a year or two ago, and it would last maybe a day or two and it'd go away, and my breathing would be normal for a long time. And now it's starting to act weird again, just a little bit here and there, and I'm like, man, what the hell is that? What does that mean? I have no idea. Some people say, why don't you ask your doctor? And I should. The bad news is my doctor's retiring in the next couple of weeks, so I have to get a new doctor. Chief 2112 comments, I smoked for 25 years. I quit over 15 years ago. Hard as hell, but I'm so glad I did, and I don't miss it at all. Yeah, the first couple of weeks were the hardest for me. That was the hardest time for me. I would, the one sense that came back tenfold was my sense of smell. I didn't realize how dumbed down my sense of smell was till after I quit. And that first 2 weeks was rough. And then I could really, I remember coming out of Walmart one afternoon on a Saturday, coming out the lawn and garden section, coming out those doors, and it was just one of those afternoons. It was a beautiful day, but it was just one of those moments in the day where the wind wasn't blowing. It was just really still. And I walked out and I went, somebody's smoking. And I looked around and nobody was in the immediate vicinity was smoking. So I walked, and in the back of lawn and garden, like it's all caged in, right? And I went through, and there was a guy there checking your receipt. And I went through and got outside, got through that perimeter. And I looked, I could still smell it. And I looked over across the parking lot. There was a guy with his window down with his arm out, hanging out the window, and he had a cigarette. And I smelt it way from over there. I was like, that's where it's coming from. So it was incredible how that aroma traveled that much. And I could smell it just like that. But at that point in time, when I smelled it, I said, oh, man, it made me want a cigarette, because it was like the first 2 weeks I was quitting. And then after like 2 months, I couldn't stand the smell of it. Even today, I'm like, oh, I can't. And I was like, man, that is so crazy. So now it's completely out of my system. I don't miss it at all. JP says he's quit 22 years ago. That's good, man. Let's see. Edwin, you're trying? Yeah, well, like I said, man, it's hard. But, man, if I can do it, anybody can. I know that. Let's see. Scott from South Carolina. My parents quit after 40 years. My father started coughing. He had a coughing attack and had to pull over. He quit after that. Yeah. Yeah, that coughing will get you, man. JP said my ex-wife made up the difference when I quit. Let's see here. Chief 2112. Well, yeah, I do smoke. I do smoke some of that wacky stuff, but that's different than 2 packs. Yeah, that stuff nowadays it's different today, man. I remember when I was growing up, it was like, oh, you can't smoke marijuana, man. They put it on the same level as other harsh drugs. I'm like, dude, it's a plant. So is tobacco, but weed, it's just, I think it's more acceptable today that if somebody does that to me, it's not, who cares, It's no big deal. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Rod. Get checked for COPD, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm That's what I'm afraid of. But yeah, it crossed my mind. Hey, Raj, what's going on, man? From the Caribbean. How you doing, man? Shout out at the Caribbean, yeah. Hey, a cater. There he is. What's going on, man? A cater has been watching from the living room TV, just switched to the computer. The Freeman is sounding great as Ralph's selling stuff to go get the drum kit. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't believe he is. Kevin Newman, my problem is Little Debbie cakes. Everybody has a vice, man. Yeah, everybody has a vice. I totally understand. And for me, my thing was one of the things that when I first quit smoking, one of the first things I'd be driving in the rig and I'd reach in my pocket and I was like, oh yeah, I quit smoking. It was so much of a habit. I was reaching for my pack of cigarettes and I was like, oh yeah, I don't smoke. That took a good month or so to quit reaching for cigarettes. And another thing that when I would cook on the grill, a beer and a smoke just goes hand in hand. I mean, it did. I don't drink alcohol no more either. I quit that about 2.5, 3 months ago. Never was a big drinker to begin with, but I think started having these weird stomach issues, man. So I just stopped that altogether. I said, maybe that's got something to do with it. You know, yeah, I'd have a beer maybe 2 beers. And then an hour later, my stomach's making these weird noises. And I thought, oh no. And, I was like, whew. And it didn't turn out good. So I just stay away from it. Hey, Cater, that was an awesome find. What's that? The drum kit. Yeah, I forget what they called it. What would they call that type of kit? Oh, man. Oh, I forget the name of it. Something light kit. I can't remember what it's called. I'm not a drummer. But yeah, it was incredible drum kit. I really liked it. I'm not even a drummer, man. Ralph is dreaming of those drums right now. He probably is, yeah. Yeah, Raj, what's up, man? Yeah. Caribbean viewer here. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Ron says he loves Little Debbie snack cakes. Yeah. Was it the Nutty Buddies? Is that what you said? Nutty Buddies? Moonshine? Man, Lord, no. I ain't messing with no moonshine. I can't do that, man. Oh. No, I can't do that. Can't do none of that, man. Ted Fair, I cut out all caffeine 3 months ago and I have more energy and better sleep. Ain't that something, man? That's amazing. I don't have caffeine at all. I just because I've had trouble with kidney stones since I was in my real early 20s. So yeah, that contributed to my kidney stone issue. And luckily that's really settled down a lot in the past 4 or 5 years. Thank the Lord. Man, I don't wish that on nobody. No kidney stone. You don't want that. Oh my gosh. And women can have them too, and it's just as hard on them. Decatur, that cab you got was also a great find. I haven't seen one of those anywhere other than online. You were meant to go there. Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah. it was meant to be, wasn't it, man? That's what I was telling my buddy Ralph. Scott from South Carolina. Do you have a start date in mind for J&R's guitars? I have some inventory to move. No, we don't. No, I wish we did. I wish we could. Yes. Thank you, JP. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that, man. Have a good night. And thank you. Yeah, yeah, if we did anything, it'd be online, you know. We daydream and talk about having a physical shop, but we just, you know, that's just, to me, that's just kind of you have to have a lot of money to even get started on something like that. And we don't have that kind of financial freedom. Thank you, man. Thank you, JP. I appreciate your kind words, man. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much. You know, Ralph sent me a picture of his music room, you know, his studio. He sent me a picture earlier today, and he said, man, and he had all his guitars set up. He had that guitar multi-stand up in front of his drum kit. Man, and what I'm going to do, y'all let me know in the chat what you think about this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a review of his studio. So there's going to be his inside of his house looks like a guitar shop. I'm not kidding. You walk in there and it looks like you're in a guitar store. I was like, good God, this right here is a joke compared to what that man has. He's got all this stuff out, set up. I mean, it's like a mini guitar center. When you walk in there, you're like, what? So yeah, I'm going to, I threw the idea to him earlier today, or towards him, and he said, yeah, that'd be great. So there'll be a video coming down the line of his studio. I don't know what I'd call it, but yeah. Let's see. You want to hear the cabinet from Ohio? I don't think it'd be that loud to handle that distance, man. You could always do consignment sales to avoid inventory costs. Yeah. There was a beautiful PRS at Cornerstone that was on consignment. I don't know how much they wanted for it. It was the tag, it just said consignment on the price tag. It didn't have an amount on there. So, yeah. Let's see. Go back to this. Oh, Rod. Oh, awesome. He said, I received my J&R guitar shirts Friday. See, with this new company, thank you, Rod, for buying some merch, man. See, at least you received that in a reasonable amount of time. Better than that other company. I don't know what was going on with the other company. Thank you, Chief. 2112. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you. That's fantastic. Everybody has really been kind enough to check stuff out here and hang out, and it's amazing. Fantastic. But yeah, should be able to look in the description after this is done, and if you want to get any merch, feel free to click the link, and you can get some J&R Guitars merch and there's other links there for other things if you want to look into that. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, man, let's see here. What else we got going on? Switch cameras here for a second. Look at something. Yeah. Man, I tell you. Yeah, when I look at this shot here, I mean, I like the setup, but when Ralph sent me that picture of his setup, it looks so good. He's got a big room too. When you walk into his front door of his house, it's like boom. I was like, good God, man, that is incredible, absolutely incredible. Now let's see. I wonder how the video's doing so far. Let's do a quick look for the Tempo Music Center guitar. Let me make sure my volume's down on this phone. Okay. Hey, we got a few more subscribers. That's awesome. Thank you. Wow. It's at 921 views as of right now. That's fantastic. Thank you to everybody who's watching that. That's awesome. Man, yeah. That is so cool. Thank y'all for checking it out. That is great. That is so cool, man. But yeah, I think with that, I'm going to wrap up because I don't really have nothing else. And I want to look at this guitar back here and see what's going on, why it started. I know what's wrong. The strings went bad on them. I know that, so I just might change strings. I don't know. I might go lay down. Feeling kind of tired. And Mother Nature's calling too, so I'm going to probably wrap it up here. Let's see. Decatur, another guitar store you probably haven't heard of is B Sharp Music in Spindale. They're in Rutherfordton. That was a local store where I grew up. Thank you, man. I will have to Google that and see what's going on there. Thank you very much. And all the stores that we visited have been from the suggestions of the chat. So thank you so much. I appreciate that so very much. And all right, y'all, with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut on out of here. And thank you so much for joining and watching. I really appreciate that. Until next time, this is Joe for the Joe Wentz Project. We'll see you then. Take care. God bless. Keep rocking. Don't stop playing. See ya. Bye-bye.